we got to stop calling mixed people black. I understand because, and it was supportive. I think it was people just trying to be supportive and everything. You know what I mean? Like saying that mixed people are black too. But it might come to a point or a time where you got to decide whether or not you want to be a student of history, or if you just want to be supportive when you don't have to be anymore because about this Hannibal thing. Because they're skimming and skimping in history, not really. And then there's these little things that bing, like ping. Look at this, everybody. Come over here and look at this. And there's no truth behind any of it. And for some reason, you have to feel like it is supportive, to say that Cleopatra was black or something like this. You know what I mean? Like, what about all the other pharaohs? Like, what about all the other female pharaohs? We don't even know. So, it's not even my responsibility to fucking know things then. Because you can expect that I can't. I mean, Jesus Christ, one white pharaoh. And then look at how we got to claim her. You know what I mean? Who wants us to claim this? And they're not even knowing what we already know about the Habsburg jaw, about the zits all over her face. You know what I mean? She like getting dick down like heavy. She was like a dick fiend, and she's a post-Alexander, post-Philip, Macedonian, Ptolemaic. We already knew this shit. Nobody is fucking coming at the fucking history to try to change it. I mean, there is. There are people trying to do that. But not for no same reason that I was interested in it. That was more supportive, that the fact that you would visit a time and try to get as much information as you can when you have the opportunity that doesn't make you look like an asshole. So, Hannibal. Like, Hannibal is not black. Hannibal is like a mixed breed. He's not black. Okay? Because people are going to fight over this and quibble and embarrass themselves when all you need is to look up the more reputable, and there's always going to be some more little piece. We deal with these little fractions in time, and there are little things where you can glean and derive information, and almost inadvertently, like and put it together, and you have to trust your own instincts. Like, what's wrong with that? You can always trust and verify. You can always, that way you're, well, you don't have to trust and verify. What it is you don't trust, but when you verify, if you find something that goes against what previous notions you had, then you will allow for that. It's the same thing. It's like being nice is saying trust and verify is being nice. That's why Reagan or Trump will always be too little, too late, and in the second term, I don't know if you're gonna get the same thing. You know what I mean? You won't get the same thing. Because it's like Einstein. They came up with something that was getting so close to the point, but on the cusp, but also it has a way for you to also presuppose and lost some of the efficiency behind the formula. Tesla thinks that E equals MC squared is vastly inefficient, but it's like something where until we have something better, people are going to argue that's the truth. For now, that is the truth until something better comes along, But when it does, a lot of people are just going to be nice. It's going to be holding them back. I'm sorry to say this to you. I don't hate them. They might be irritating, but I don't want to do anything to them. I don't want to see them get in trouble, or I don't want to see them fall on their face. Or maybe a little bit. I want to see them fall on their face, but I don't want to see anything like bad happen to the nice people, because when it turns out to be in the end that's holding them back, is that it's like they're being too nice. And they can find the enemy in the Gestapo and bring them to the front door, like in the sense of the Overton window, trying to either expand it or destroy it. And they know we're trying to expand the Overton window to everybody, or we're trying to destroy it. You know what I mean? And they like the fact that it is like fleeting and pops up here and there, and you got to predict it, and whoever's, you know what I mean? They say that this shit is all about fashion and expanding your aperture. But yeah, right. Fucking go to hell. Except in the end, hell's not for humans. It's not for even those, even though it seemed like their only direction going is that, you know what I mean? Their distraction. So to distract you from, make you think that there's something you have to do. And the second you think you have anything to do, you're dead. Because it's not going to change anything, like the way that anybody sees you or looks at you. Then why am I even wasting my time listening or talking? Why am I trying to convince you? Why am I to do anything with energy? If I tell you some fact, I could put you on some real big boy facts, and it's nothing ever happened. It's like you're fooling yourself. They're not. They'll be telling you that it's like change and everything. Like you really like helping them to see nothing. Like you're really helping them to make up their mind to put. I'm not a back burner nigga. I'm not a back burner type of person. That's tongue in cheek, right? Like, aren't you supposed to pay attention? If I'm a little bit spiritual, aren't you really supposed to pay attention? Because I could turn into a mass murderer. Like, it just has to be something that culminate, and over time, like a little, like the taking advantage of the half-cent transaction. You know what I mean? No, there was never showed up on paper that any money's ever missing. You just pile up and you're just rich. Now, people have to face how the fuck that happened, because the system don't work. You're putting faith in a system. If everybody can do the same thing and have their way through life, it's all, you wouldn't even know that you're working for somebody else and giving them your blood, sweat, and tears. You wouldn't even know you're a slave. You wouldn't know that you're losing energy, emotionally, all that shit. Because they're like a title, and they can hold it back from you. You know what I mean? You're a good this, you're a bad that. You're doing a good son, you're a bad son. You're a good dad, you're a bad mom. It could just come from whatever place in my heart, and I tell you what's good, if you're doing good or not. Are you showing up? You know what I mean? Because you're not really showing up if you're acting like you're having an epiphany, but there's no transformation. There had to be a transformation, because I'm saying, like, you can't be just collecting the spoils from being nice, you know what I mean, and covering your ass and colliding people's worlds together and just going and collecting the spoils and being nice. It's because they didn't want to do what might be illegal. So it's like the nicest way to do it. If you can't chop you up and put you in a barrel, would be the nicest way. I can't even make them to be out a bad person, because I have to give them the energy in order to collide people's worlds together Without my energy, they didn't have any energy. They would just be like, oh, well. Was that anxious or something? Like, oh, you know what it is? Quibbling. That's the word I want to use. Quibbling. Quibbling. That way they can't get my power. See what I'm saying? Oh, you're mad. Nah, stop quibbling. Hey. Oh. You see how it's fucking spellcraft and energy taking? If I'm saying you're the energy 4, you don't even gotta be no energy 4. Stop quibbling. You're quibbling. Oh, yeah. Big difference.